just hang on, because I was looking at it. Just give me a minute, Ethan.
Technical difficulties. That's what I do sometimes.
Okay, Ethan, when you're doing this presentation, it's the same thing when we do Student of the Day. It's really important that you look out at your audience, okay?
I've been practicing yesterday and last night.
Practicing really helps.
Yep.
So you can look there, but make sure you're looking out at your audience as well. Okay, here we go.
I have autism. Ethan Ringer and Marsha Ringer. My name is Ethan and I have autism. Ethan Alexander Ringer. What is autism? Autism makes your brain work a little differently than other people's. Sometimes autism makes it hard to understand what people mean or what they expect. It can make you see, feel, hear, and smell things around you in an extreme or lesser way than most people. Autism can make people react in unexpected ways. Autism is a spectrum disorder. This means that there are no two people with autism that are the same. Every person is different. Some need lots of help, and others only need a little bit of help. Some people with autism cannot talk, and others can't, and others talk nonstop, which I am. Me too. Let's say that this rainbow, that this side that people need less help, a little bit of more help and less help, and this one they need way more help than they think. I'm not the only kid who has autism. There are other kids who have autism too. I didn't do anything to get autism. I was just born with it. You cannot catch autism and no one knows what causes it. Doctors and scientists are looking for answers. So this is me when I was just a very little baby. And this is a picture of a scientist looking at some brains. Look around the room. 1 out of 88 children have autism. My autism helps me in some ways. I have really good memory for facts. I'm an awesome reader. I do really well with electronics like the computer, Wii, and iPod. I love science. I made this from my book order. This came out of my Christmas stuff, and you're supposed to mix salt and baking soda.
Vinegar?
Vinegar and baking soda in that, and it fizzes all over. You might see, if you look closely, you might see some orange. That's supposed to glow in the dark, but now it doesn't anymore. And I have this microscope that you can look at germs very closely. This is me, which I'm watching Netflix on SpongeBob. And this is me reading a reptiles book. And this one really goes with that one. I know what kind of shark that's behind it. That's a tiger shark. No wait, sand tiger shark and a great white. You can't tell that I have autism by looking at me, but my brain works a little differently sometimes, and that can make some things hard for me. Look at the cat looking at the fish. He's like, Sometimes I get messed up. You see here. Some things that are really hard for me. Math quizzes, waiting, following a lot of directions at one time, having to write a lot at one time, and homework. Waiting, big reactions, homework. When I have trouble doing things, there are people who will help me. Mrs. Webb, Mrs. Camo, Mrs. Harding, my family. This is my little brother. Sometimes you might have seen him through the house. Sometimes when I invite you guys over. And this is my dad. Sometimes I feel bad when I have trouble doing these things, but I need to remember that there are lots of other things I'm really good at. This is me shooting a Nerf toy. That's the Realilator? I don't know. Relator. I don't know. This is me at swimming lessons. I got very cold, so that's why I went that way. And I'm really good at riding my bike with 2 wheels on it instead of training wheels. Some things I'm really good at: riding my bike, reading, computer, baseball, telling others about things I've seen and done. This is me when I was playing against the Bridgewater team. No wait, Shelburne team. I'm really good at computers. This is me being the catcher. And I'm really good at bowling. I talk a lot. That's why I put that there. Sometimes my autism makes me get stuck on things I can't stop thinking about. Certain things. I do things over and over again I only want to do things in one special way. I do that because I have autism. This is maximum instruction. If you see right here, if you look up closely, you might see a turbo thingy here. And that's the 30th anniversary, because that's his 30th time on the show. I heard the 28th anniversary and the 25th, 28th, 25th. Some things I get stuck on. Holidays, RV show, sharks, and camping. This is me with my rocket launcher. That's a Nerf thing too. I think it's called the Stampede. No, that's a different Nerf gun. I think it's called the rocket launcher. It's just a rocket launcher. It's like, see this long thingy right there? You're supposed to pump that. You're supposed to pump it like you're supposed to use it like a real pump. And then you hold it up to have 2 triggers, one in the front, one in the back. Then you shoot it. It has a scope on it, and the bullet's probably about this big. So it fits on the barrel very good. This is me at Clyde, me and my brother at Clyde River hunting for frogs. We saw 3 of them right here. I caught 1, but it jumped out of the net. Sometimes I go to shark derbies, which I don't really, that's why I just only put a picture of a shark there. And that's me at the RV show, the archery practice. And the way you shoot a bow, you're supposed to hold this here. You pull your fingers back like this, you don't use your thumb. Just pull back, then you let go. And these are one of the little race cars. And they were so small, they weren't really big as NASCARs. Too bad we couldn't put the picture of the NASCAR in there. There was a real NASCAR in there. It was number 96, it's number 96. And that's not all. I know my autism makes me want to know what we will be doing and when we will be doing it. If we don't know, I will ask questions, sometimes over and over again. So, Mom, can we come back here next year? Next year? That's me when I was in the cage, mixed martial arts. I was throwing out some very good uppercuts. I needed to do some kicking. And usually you need to do this at the end. See that guy behind there? That's one of those mixed martial arts guys. Yeah, I hanged out with, I think there was 5 of them. I have reminders to help me do what I need to do. This helps me know what is going on and I can stay calm. My whiteboard shuttle at camp and in my classroom. This is me at camp. I was drawing on my whiteboard. You might see my eyes look a little bit white. Too white. They look like I'm evil. Yeah, that's just my counselor's seat here. His name is Bryden. and I think there was some other kids in there, Dominic, Gabe, and Adrian. I don't know the Leo too. Sometimes my autism makes things bother me that I don't seem to bother other kids. These things make me feel all twisted up and jumpy. You see, the man right here is all bundled up and he's getting tight. Things that really bother me. Loud noises, that's me at Monster Jam. I was up in the deck with Leah. And I had my great digger sword. Yeah, that's actually the son of a digger sword. Yeah, that's one of those new monster trucks out in the circuit now. Loud noises, not knowing the way that some fruits and veggies taste. My favorite food is lemons. When things bother me, I try to remember that there are things that I can do to help me feel better. Belly breathing, self-talk is not it's not a big deal. I can do this. Social thinking, hugs. That's my cat Cigar. He's bundled up with my babysitter. He loves her. Yeah, I know what kind of cat he is. He's a tuxedo. He's a tuxedo. You might have social thinking and the zones. When Mom and Dad told me I have autism, she said that she has brown hair, Dad has blue eyes, and I have autism. It's just something else that makes me who I am. I have autism, but mainly I'm a kid, and I like to have fun. Things I do for fun. You might see a few pictures back. They had monster trucks. That one's Superman. If you look closely, Superman. I love my trampoline. I love golfing at Yogi Bear. That's the water slide at Yogi Bear. I like baseball. Riding my lawnmower. Going to up a condensate lake Atlantic playland. And like building snowman. Lots of people tell me that I'm a great kid, and I know that they are right. I am a great kid. I'm a kid who has autism, and that's okay.
Very well done.
My pet Chrissy. My pet Chrissy. So how do I get on here?
Just press this one.
Any questions? Any questions, Xavier?
You like to read a lot, don't you?
Sometimes I do. Jacob.
What was the name of the camp you were at?
Long Lake. Kaya.
Are you a big fan of treasure? Do you have lots of books about them?
Yeah, I do. I even have a Shark Week book. Darcy?
What beach was that?
What beast?
Beach.
What beach? That was, I think it was Somerville or Lockport. Lockport Beach? Yeah, Lockport Beach. Caius?
Remember when I went to Somerville and you were there? Why didn't you take a picture of me and you at Somerville?
Josh?
How much fun did you have doing all those things?
Lots of. Aiden?
Do you like spelling words?
Yeah, I do. Cameron?
Do you always go to the RV shows?
Not every year. Any more questions, Grace?
What's your favorite animal?
What's my favorite animal? Sharks. Any more questions? No? Any more questions? Anyone?
Well, Ethan, I thought you did a great job with your presentation. Your
Yeah,
PowerPoint.
it took me 3 weeks to make this.
hard work pays off. Not only did you do a great job with your PowerPoint, but presenting to your class. You're a great public speaker. Very good job. Thanks, David.